Good morning, beloveds. Gabby came charging in as I turned on the... You can hear her now. All right. Really? Really? Okay. Right? Right there. Right there. Ooh. She doesn't usually let me do that. That's Gabby. Rita loves it. Gabby, not so much. All right. What? Why, baby girl? She has a lot to say. All right. It is September 10th. Our title is Divine Circulation Animates My Being. There is no end or beginning to the Tao. And that is from Guanzi. The Chinese sage said that the Tao, meaning spirit, produces everything, nourishes everything, maintains everything. It flows through and is all things. Being all that is, there is nothing outside of it. There is a spiritual presence pervading the universe, welling up in your consciousness, always proclaiming itself to be the source of your being. The enlightened ones of the ages have told you that your recognition of the life is God within you, recognizing himself in everything you do. Say, I know that there is one mind, one spirit, and one body. The mind, the spirit, and the body of God, the universal wholeness, the ever-present good, the all-sustaining life, every organ, every function, every action and reaction of my body is in harmony with the divine creative spirit. I could not ask for more. Greater could not be given. I now seek to realize the significance of this one mind and this one body. I now become aware that one mind is acting through my body in accord with its own divine perfection, peace, and harmony. The divine circulates through me automatically, freely. Every atom of my being is animated by its action. At all times, I have a silent, invisible partner walking with me, talking with me, operating through me. I keep my mind open to its guidance, to its inspiration, and illumination. All right. So, how does it make you feel to hear the enlightened ones of the ages have told you that your recognition of life is God within you, recognizing itself in everything you do? You are literally God in action. And we don't teach that. Like most religions don't teach that. Don't teach that you are God in action. Or if they do it on such a level that it's not, we don't, because in Science of Mind we come right out and say it. You are God in action. You were made by God, of God, for God. You are made to carry, to do. You are made to do. You are made so that God could have a particular set of experiences. Spirit could have a particular set of experiences in this world that spirit couldn't have without you. Does this mean you're fated? Does this mean you have a destiny? No. Because you came in with free will. You came in with a choice of what it is that you are going to do. But they are experiences that couldn't happen without you. You are literally God in action. Frequently when I pray, that's one of the things, when I do a treatment, that's one of the things that I do, especially if I'm praying for somebody who is undergoing some kind of medical treatment, that the doctors and the nurses and all of the people that they encounter are the hands and feet of God, that they are using the divine mind in service of the person that they are treating, that I am treating for. And it's partly to remind the person, hey, you know what? These doctors and nurses that you are working with are godlings. They have access to that divine mind. And then I'm also holding space for the doctors and nurses to do that. Because he said, inspiration, illumination. That as you are going through these treatments or whatever it is that you're doing, if you're dealing with medical personnel, that they are inspired. You know, yes, they have gone to school. They have done a lot of study, a lot of work to be able to do what they do. But they also have access to the divine mind, because each and every one of us is individual. And so each and every one of us is going to have a different, we literally have different bodies. So it takes a combination of their experience, their study, their practice, and the divine mind. It's all part of one big whole. And that's one of the things where we're different from Christian Science. Christian Science says God can heal. We don't need doctors. Science of Mind says God can heal, but one of the avenues that God uses are doctors. So we're like, go to the doctor, take the medication, you know, get the treatments, and do your own treatments. And have people who care about you, love you, or, you know, if you call the World Ministry of Prayer, you're talking to a stranger, have them treat for you as well. Because all avenues are available. All right? So that's it's, let me remind you that you are God in action. Everyone around you is God in action. That cat who is kind of laid down is God in action. The one who's in here yelling at me, she's God in action too. The trees are God in action. Dare I say, the spider web that I walked into, made by the spider who then landed on my wrist, is also God in action. Which I was very careful not to kill the spider, but to make sure that I got the spider off of me. It's a little crab spider. I finally found out what those spiders were that are living in my pine trees. They're crab spiders. They eat mosquitoes. I'd like to keep the spider. So, yeah. Divine circulation animates my being. Well, divine circulation animates every being. That's what I want us to know. I want to use explicit terms and tell you that you are God in action. I tell you in explicit terms that you are a beloved child of God because you were made by God, of God. God made you of God's stuff because there's nothing else. Everything is God's stuff. All right. What? There's nothing. She agrees with me. There's nothing else. So, divine circulation animates my being. All right. So the quote is, "There is no end or beginning to the Tao," from Guanzi, or Wangzi. Sorry, Wangzi. Maybe I'll just spell it because I've just pronounced it 3 times in a few. I just need to look it up and learn how to pronounce it. Because I think when I wasn't thinking about it, I pronounced it very well, and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm overthinking it. And so Kwang-Tze, Wangzi. So the Chinese sage said that Tao, meaning spirit, produces everything, nourishes everything, maintains everything. There is no beginning or end to the Tao. There's no beginning or end to spirit. And so it produces everything, nourishes everything, maintains everything, because everything is it. It, the Tao, spirit, God, Atman, the quantum field. Everything is produced out of that, from it. There's no other material to be using. Yes. It flows through and is in all things, being all that is. There's nothing else. It's all God. It's all spirit. It's all Atman. It's all Tao. There is nothing outside of it, which is why God does not judge. There is a spiritual presence pervading the universe, welling up in your consciousness, always proclaiming itself to be the source of your being. So the knowledge is there. The question is, are you listening? That's the point of spiritual practice. To listen, to hear, to feel that presence, to see that presence wherever you rest your eyes for a moment. To hear that presence under everything that you hear. The enlightened ones of the ages have told you that your recognition of life is God within you, recognizing itself in everything you do. You are God in action. So, the treatment part, the statement part, the power affirmations. I know there is one mind, one spirit, and one body. The mind, the spirit, and the body of God, which is what we are using. We are part of the body of God. That means our body is part of God. The universal wholeness, the ever-present good, the all-sustaining life. Every organ, every function, every action and reaction of my body is in harmony with the divine creative spirit. So whatever it is that you are working on, I went to the chiropractor this morning because my body was out of alignment. My bones are out of alignment. So I have been adjusted by the hand of God. And now every organ, every function, every action, every reaction of my body is in harmony with the divine creative spirit. What better thing could I say before or after a chiropractor appointment? I could not ask for more, greater could not be given, because God is willing to give it all. We're not always willing to accept it all. That's our part. That is our part. Our part is to accept it, because God is absolutely willing to give it all. I now seek to realize the significance of this one mind and this one body. I now become aware that the one mind is acting through my body in accord with its divine perfection, peace, and harmony. My mind and my body are in sync, and they are in sync with the divine. The divine circulates through me automatically, freely, meaning I'm getting out of my own way. Every atom of my being is animated by its action. At all times, I have a silent, invisible partner walking with me, talking with me, operating through me. We always have that silent partner. The question becomes, are we aware? That is what spiritual practice can support, is being aware of that silent partner, that presence, that all-pervading presence. There's nothing else in this world but spirit. So we always have that partner with us. That's why we do spiritual practice, to become consciously aware of it. Subconsciously, we know it's there. It's bringing it into the forefront, and then we can act more fully as it. I keep my mind open to its guidance, to its inspiration and illumination. So if you want to know what the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to keep our mind open to this silent partner, to this spirit, to its guidance, to its inspiration, to its illumination, to the recognition that is our acceptance of it, that allows it to flow through us. It's always there, but we must be willing to accept everything that it has to give, which is everything. Spirit holds nothing back. God holds nothing back. We're the ones that hold back. We are the ones that limit ourselves. We are the ones that get in our own way. And how do we start to get out of our way? By recognizing that silent partner consciously, by walking with it consciously, by making our cup of acceptance bigger, by recognizing who we are, which is the beloved child of God, in whom God is well pleased, always and forever, by recognizing that as a state of grace. Grace is not earned. Grace cannot be taken away. Grace is freely given by Spirit. We can freely give grace. It's one of the things that we have that we can do as well. And God does it all the time. God does it all the time. All right, beloveds. I am going to move into the process of my day, but I'm going to encourage you, as I always do, to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like to you today. Today, for me, it was to get up. I did not engage my mind and my body, meaning I didn't exercise. But I went to the chiropractor. And I went to the chiropractor because until I sort out what's going on, I'm not running. I love biking, but it's not running. And so I want to get back to that. So my loving, kind, compassionate thing was to go to the chiropractor to get that adjustment. And he said, from now on, when you run, one of your cool down things is you will ice this small patch of my back, because my reaction, that's what he said, my reaction time in that little part of my back. So I have to keep the inflammation down there. That's compassionate. Go and figure out where your body isn't quite working, and then do what you need to do to make sure it does. I just needed the voice of God to tell me in the form of my chiropractor. That's how it works. I didn't have to listen to a still quiet voice, because he spoke to me in plain English through my chiropractor. All right, beloveds. I do encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body today. My intention is to do a bike ride after work today. We'll see. Drink plenty of water. Go get a face full of sun. Go enjoy the breeze. It's been kind of cool for the last couple of mornings. But you can definitely tell that we're on the, I hate to even say it, because it's still in the mid-90s in the day, but our mornings are a little cooler and it's amazing. So go and enjoy the day. I tell you every day, go have a good day, a great day, an amazing day, a good day, a fantastic day. It's a good morning for that. It's a good morning for that. So, whatever else you do, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven now. It's all around you. It is merely awaiting your conscious realization of it. To look around, to see the beauty, to hear the beauty. So do what you need to do. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. Know that you have a silent partner. And that silent partner speaks to you all the time, frequently through other people. So, listen. Okay, and as I said, have a good day, great day, amazing day, fantastic day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day. Simply have a day. All right, we do have a special event coming up this coming Wednesday. Jessie has posted the thing. We have Denise Lagaway Slate, who is one of our members, she's a lawyer, so she's going to talk about, love, law, and the people. It's going to be good. She's an amazing lady. Please check that out. That'll be on Wednesday on Facebook Live via Zoom. And so, and then email info@creativelife.org for everything else. I know we've got a new book study started, but I'm just not sure. Did it start yesterday? Does it start today? I don't know. I'm sorry. I pay attention and then don't remember. But you can check that out. All right, beloveds. Follow us on the social medias. Check out the email, creativelife.org, Creative Life Spiritual Center on Facebook and YouTube. And then Creative Life in Spark. The Creative Life Spark is the Instagram. And then I'm the Running Rev Ryan on all 3 platforms. All right, beloveds. Take care of yourself and know that you're loved. Until next time.